Man of my word.
Thanks, man.
1 second. What was that again?
I'm interrupting him.
Chad is demanding a Ben story now. Can we get a Ben story?
Yeah, Ben. Please go, Ben.
That's story nice. We want to know more.
Considering he had the same life story as yours.
Yeah, sure. I'll tell you guys live story.
Yes, please.
Nice. That's serious.
Where's Jimmy when we need him? Need to get a chant going.
That's not fun.
Where did Jimmy go?
Oh,
did Jimmy?
No, they're talking about. I just tested those.
They don't have to listen if they don't want to.
That's their loss.
Okay, well, this is actually something that happened to me a couple weeks ago. Me, Chris, Jet, and the judge, we went to Texas.
Oh, okay.
And we were in Texas for this, it's like a gun convention type thing. If the judge goes somewhere, he needs us to come along. So he brought me, Chris, and Jet, and we went to Austin, and we go to this gun convention. And this was like this was not very long ago. It was fun, it was cool. We met a lot of really cool people. And then after the gun convention, this is crazy, but we went and met Bam Margera.
Really? Before he died?
Right before he died.
Before he died?
Is he actually dead?
Was he sober?
It's hard to tell, but I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
That's not the point of the story. So, anyways, it was cool though. It was cool. We did meet him. And then the next day, we were scheduled to. We just had like stuff on the itinerary, so we were going out all day and doing stuff. And so it's day number 2, everything's going great, and we get to nighttime, it's like 9 p.m., and we go to this comedy club. So we're watching this stand-up comic, and we're just getting progressively drunker, because Chris here keeps ordering me Red Bull vodkas. And so we're just getting shithoused, like totally drunk, and by the end of the set, me and Chris were like blackout, and we were just so drunk.
Oh, no.
And somehow we ended up at a gay bar.
Really?
So it was me, Chris, and some of our entourage at a gay bar.
We did not know it was a gay bar.
We didn't know it was a gay bar at first.
That's how it happens, man.
True story.
I was so shithoused, I don't remember.
Go to like urgent care, and they were like, yeah, you probably got something stuck in your ear as like a kid, because the piece that they pulled out was huge.
Well, he came up and he started like hitting on Chris.
Chris.
I thought nothing of it.
It's the hair.
It's the hair.
It's flattering.
The only proof we have is from our friend Nick, who wasn't completely shithoused, but he said that Mike started hitting on Chris, and I was so drunk, to draw attention away from Chris, I started hitting on Mike. Yeah.
A distraction.
That was a big service from me.
And that was just like homie shit. just to hook it, because I know Chris isn't gay.
That's beyond
falling
on the sword.
That's not true.
Not gay, but
Are you bi?
You're
not
you're
gay, I'm not
curious.
bi.
This is attractive as dude.
Open.
Well, let me finish the story. Let me just finish the story.
Okay.
So, obviously nothing happened between me and the guy. Like, I didn't wake up in his bed or anything, but a video, I got shown a video the next day of, I was like kissing him on his cheek. Like over and over again. I just like,
Which one? Which ones?
I was like thinking to myself, I'm like, wow, if I'm like kissing dudes at a gay bar when I'm drunk, like what else am I doing?
It was a fun night.
That sounds fun.
It was a fun night. Yeah, man. That was fantastic. I can't believe he did that for you.
That's a good friend.
Yeah,
That's
good
Ben's my
Real
right.
one.
Wait,
Ben's my right.
Really smooth
That's
pebble like
people.
that.
Yeah.
I remember those fucking boys where I'd wake up and it'd be like they were on my
Summer story?
Any story.
Anything.
What kind of story from
I
somebody?
might need a guideline, because I feel a little...
Did anyone else ask me what kind of story?
No.
No.
We're gonna freestyle. Big on that.
I'll freestyle.
You're gonna freestyle.
Okay.
I trust you, Summer.
What kind of...
Something
Okay.
that's compelling or that'll get a reaction. Some of the craziest shit that you've ever been through.
You got,
Yeah.
Okay.
you got Summer.
Okay. Well, one time, I feel like it's cringe to only tell stories from when I was in a psych ward, though.
No one's it's all good.
No one's calling Jimmy cringe for that.
If you don't want to share it, then
Because the
maybe
crazy stuff
don't,
that happened
but-
to me was there, but in high school one time this isn't really that interesting, but I used to wear like crazy clothes, like really high platforms, because I liked the goth style a lot, and I kind of grew out of it. But I had these demonias that were like 6-inch fucking platform chunky heels, and I was like I would wear them to school just because school was like my little fashion show, and basically I did not do shit. It's very embarrassing. I was bad at school, but I would always show up in like a fit. When I was
That's good.
As soon as I turned into an adult, I stopped doing that. I was like, I don't care. But I was wearing these chunky 6-inch heels with chains on them, and we had a flight of stairs, and I was at the top, and it was 3 like short ones, you know, that go down like that, and I just completely fell all the way down all of the stairs.
Oh, no.
Hit my head. My shoe fell off. The school nurse was like, we saw it on the cameras, and it was crazy. And I was kind of like, can I see? But they never let me see. But they thought that I would have a concussion, so they wheeled me out in a wheelchair. And then my mom took me to the emergency room. But at the time, this is really vain. I had hair extensions because I was insecure about having short hair, and they wanted to do a scan of my head to see if I had a concussion, but because I had the clips in, they're like, you gotta take those out. But I had work at Arby's in like an hour, and I didn't want to go to work without my hair because they didn't know I wore extensions, so I just said never mind, and literally just like went to work like right after, so I didn't get checked for a concussion.
So you'd rather look good for Arby's customers than get like a medical?
It was that's not the best story at all. People are gonna roast me, but I feel like at least
cool.
maybe it's interesting. It's weird.
At least you look fly as fuck.
Hell yeah.
It's just an insecurity.
There's an Arby's, me and my friend would sleep right next to a movie theater, and there was a black guy there with teardrop
Can you do
tattoos.
another story?
Yeah.
But we would like laugh because we think like someone would hurt his
Yeah.
feelings and he'd
Maybe
cry and a new
another
tattoo would come. But we knew what it meant.
Jimmy, it's the summertime.
Let me think for like 30 seconds. Maybe.
You got this.
It's a summertime.
Who wants a drink that's not already feeling buzzed or anything like that?
I'll take one.
Are you buzzed
I mean,
up?
I feel buzzed, but I would take
No?
another.
I'm positive.
Alright. I have a breathalyzer.
Really? Yeah, you can breathalyze me.
That'd be a fun game.
You can breathalyze me.
Is it in your car?
No. You seem sober. Alright. I think I can do a lot of.
Yeah, I think you can roll me out another drink.
I can go for some of that Reef.
You want some Reef juice?
So it's like this much champagne. I just filled the rest with an energy drink.
Reef juice?
Yeah.
It was like you guys drink. I got another drink.
The sure North shit.
Alright, Summers.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's actually kind of nice. It tastes like a seltzer.
One time, in the residential facility I was at, there was an older.
Residential facility? What's that?
Oh, shit, that's
So
cool.
it's
what I went
called
to.
PRTF.
I'll get
It's
a picture
Psychiatric
up.
Residential Treatment Facility.
Sorry.
So there were 4 months with like girls in my age group, but
If you guys
like
need the
foster care
ashtray,
kids
just let me
maybe.
know.
What the hell?
Now that's one heck of a tall tale.
Can I keep going?
I like anime conventions too.
Really?
Gee Willikers, that sounds like a plum good story.
Would you cosplay?
Chris, I'm gonna need that drink that you promised me.
Of course.
Okay, so one time at that ward, there was a really aggressive girl whose name sounded like mahogany, but it was spelled in an ethnic way, and she had like anger issues. She just came to our ward, and we were trying to be nice to her. She flipped upside down the really heavy ass day room chairs. They make them heavy so you don't fuck with them. And she and a few other girls, one of the girls set off the alarm, and then she barricaded herself in the day room with a giant sofa, and she stacked up 2 sofas, and then she put baby lotion on the cameras, and then she put tissues on the cameras so they couldn't see her, and they like almost had to call the SWAT team. And because I was one of the only girls on the ward who wasn't like protesting, they sent me to go hang out with the little boys unit, which was like ages 6 to 12. So I literally just went and played kickball with them.
Oh, I just wrote some.
And then afterwards, the girls who didn't protest, like after they like figured it out and they punished them, or I don't really know. It was figured out somehow, and then the girls who didn't protest got to have pizzas in a movie, so I kind of felt like a scab because it was a protest, right? And that's basically the whole story, but it was fun to hang out with the little boys for a day instead of being in the craziness. And I think that's basically the end of the story. I hope it was okay.
That sounds like a wholesome asylum.
Thank you. Hell yeah.
It was all badass.
I get so nervous.
It's all good, son.
Let's give it up for Summer.
Yes.
I got a story.
Thank you.
I'm trying to think if I should tell or not.
Right.
Oh, that story.
Not that one. All right, fuck it. When I was a kid, feel free to laugh, by the way.
Okay.
I had a stepfather.
Okay.
The name Ernie is a pretty funny name for a child abuser.
How do you spell it?
E-R-N-I-E. How do you think you spell it?
I
Why does it
somehow
even
thought
matter?
there was a U.
Why does it even matter? I'm staring into the black saucers here. But that's why I didn't want to call Megan. Where's Megan? I said I wouldn't call you Bert when I first came in. It's fine now. It's like an OCD thing, but I don't like Bert and Ernie. And when I had a therapist as a teenager, when I talked to this therapist, I went into the details of it, and I wouldn't call him Ernie. I would call him Ernest. I didn't want to call him Ernie because that was the main fixation, was that I'm going to get made fun of for getting my ass kicked by this fucking guy named Ernie. And Pete, what are you hovering for?
Nothing, I'm just hiding here.
Get out of here.
Okay.
Take a hike. Fucking bozo. I'm telling a real story. Go in another room. Fuck off. This is an actual story, not some fucking bit, you dumb fuck. I'm not gonna.
No,
You're good. You're good.
I'm sorry.
She's gone.
She's gone.
Robot. Stepfather, and people ask me where my character, how do you make this wacky character? Oh, yeah, well, this wacky guy. And in real life, I'm not really that wacky of a guy, but the character is based on this fucking guy, man. He would have these low moments and these high moments. And the low moments, he was like super paranoid. He'd be taping over the windows. He'd be putting tinfoil over the windows. He had like, it was a funny cinema gear thing. He would get black foil, which is like a filmmaker thing. He would get the black foil, like a filmmaker foil, to cover over the windows and tape over it. And he would say he was like a proto-conspiracy theorist. He was a conspiracy theorist. He was an actual conspiracy theorist. But this was before QAnon. This was before like cool conspiracy theories. So he would just say like, they know about JFK. Like, it was just like boomer shit. They know all about JFK. Just like fucking boomer shit. And that's his lows. He'd be paranoid. And then his highs, he would be paranoid. And then his highs, he would be like, I'm the god in the mountaintop. I've invented the hydrogen car. It was still paranoid, but it was like I'm the one. I'm the top of the. So anyway, those lows and highs. That's where I sort of based this character that I do on. And then the middle part was when I would get my ass kicked. He would, the thing he would do, he would sit me in a chair, and he would shine a halogen light, an incandescent light, in my face. Yeah. And anytime people have asked me, do stage lights bother you? Anytime I said no, I've had much worse. He would shine this hot egg frying lamp in my face, and he had guns everywhere. He had guns everywhere. And one of his guns that he had, it's not 70s period correct, but it was a Ruger P95, and it was an all black gun, and it's a 9mm. And I remember that because he would say, when I kill the cops, you take their bullets to kill their brothers. He was going to take the ammunition off the police, which is funny because he ultimately died from heart disease. He didn't go out shooting, but he was ready to go out shooting. He would sit me down. He would tap me in the head with this thing. He wouldn't tap me in the head. He would hit me in the head. It's like a 3 or 4 pound piece of metal. So he'd be hitting me in the head like this. What are you gonna do, tough guy? What are you gonna do, huh? And my head would lump up, and we would go at it for 45 minutes. And I would see white spots sometimes. And my mom would ask what we did, and he'd say, we were playing a game. We were playing a game. We were just playing a game. And this is why I have no problem like making fun of my mom publicly. So my mom would go, oh, that's nice. The end. That's it. That's what like nothing happened.
Oh, bitch.
Sorry that
You
happened.
didn't deserve to be hit in the head like that.
Well, anyway, he would tell me that it was loaded, and sometimes there would be bullets in it, and you could tell from the weight, or at least when I was like 12 and 13, I would imagine I could tell from the weight of the gun whether or not it was loaded. And the one time he had it loaded up, and he said, today I'm gonna do it. What do you think that means?
You did it?
No, not suicide. Like fucking pull the trigger when it's in my head.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's horrible.
Yeah. And so he's hitting me in the head with this thing for 40 minutes, and the fucking gun, he pulls the trigger and it fucking jams.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Dude.
And he says, you lucky son of a bitch!
That's horrible.
Yeah. And that was the last time he did it. I was like end of 13, maybe 14.
You're so young.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you do that.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that with us.
Trauma dump.
Yeah, sorry about that. There you go.
It was
No, we
good.
do it all the time.
Well, thank you for
I
sharing.
mean, I do.
Story time.
Judge.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to bother.
I gotta go downstairs for a minute. Let me.
Check out Hobo Joe 421. Thank you. Big Smitty, thank you for the recommendations out here. Free Alpha.